So what's brought you out here today?
Well, the state of the club, essentially. I've been following them 51 years, and I don't think I've ever seen it as bad as it is at the moment. We have a huge debt on the club that wasn't caused by us investing in facilities or players. It was caused by them using that money to buy the club and then placing that debt on the club. And we're paying over 36 million euros a year in interest. If that wasn't there, the financial situation of the club would change overnight. So all the fans have got is this is the only way they can voice their disapproval. Really, we're probably getting to the stage there where we need to stop going to the games, not renewing our season tickets, but people find that very hard to do because they still love the team despite everything that's gone on this season.
15 years of being ripped off by the glazers. Simple as that.
Going to the game and obviously the protest and everything. Just want our club back basically, mate. It's been too fucking long.
Same thing really, yeah, just with him. Good experience and, well, yeah, we just want our club back, don't we?
Watched the Arsenal United game.
From the Isle of Man, travelled over for this protest.
And what do you think about people who say if you're going to the protest you shouldn't buy a ticket for the game?
Yeah, well, that's a bit catch-22, isn't it? Don't know how to answer that one. I wouldn't know how to answer that.
What are some of the things the Glazers have done that you don't like them doing?
They took dividends out of the club. You know, they fucking put us into billions of debt. Not investing in the stadium, in the club, everything, mate. They're just fucking parasites, mate. They're parasites. That's all I can say about them, mate.
No investment, the club, the stadium's falling apart. They need to do something. They're just doing nothing, leaving us hang dry.
They've not invested in the club at all. They've just taken money out of the club. We had no debt when they took over. Now we have huge debt.
And what do you think of the current state of the youth team?
The youth team, see, we need to give them more chances in the first team. We're seeing it a little bit this season with Cheeto and players like that, but at this point, like, I'd love to see them start getting into the first team a bit more because some of these players are shit, mate. They need, we need to trust the youth. It's what we're about, isn't it? It's Man United.
We're very good with our youth and we need to keep investing in them, keep pushing them. Because every year we bring out world-class talent. So, yeah, more youth, bring them out, keep bringing them out.
I've been very impressed. I've seen them a couple of times, so they're doing okay. The under-18s are doing very well.
That is the only kind of bright light in the club at the moment. I've watched some of the games this season. We probably had the best group of players in the youth squad, probably since the class of '92. And I think some of those players will come through in the next 2 years. But you can't rush them. We're in a real bind at the moment in terms of how we're performing. If you bring those into that type of environment, you could damage them irreparably. So yeah, I understand the manager's reluctance to bring some of those players through. They'll come through in the next 2 years, but you have to be patient with them. But they are the shining light of this club. And historically, United's greatest periods have always been when we've turned to youth, embellished by players, and I believe that will happen again. That'll be our way out of this mess, turn to youth.
When did you first start being a United fan?
Since I was born. He made me a United fan since day one.
Have all your family Manchester United fans?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, a couple of them at Liverpool.
What do you think about them?
Cheaters, annoying, don't like them.
What do you think about the ticket prices at the moment? Are they too high?
Well, yes and no. I mean, if you compare our ticket prices with the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham, we're probably very good value. But then an equal argument is we don't live in London. We live in Manchester. I'm over from Dublin. And, if that was the only issue in the club, I think most people could live with it. But it's just, given the absolute dire season that we're having, to increase the prices for young families, where really you can't bring young families anymore. If you look around Old Trafford now, particularly in the Stretford end, the age profile is quite old. And if you don't get young fans coming in, they're your fans of the next 20, 30 years. And they're not going into the habit of going in, week out. You won't have those fans in 15, 20 years. So it's not always about the money, it's about looking for the future. You need young fans coming to games. And if you price families out, they'll stop coming because they can't afford it. And that we'll pay for that in 15, 20 years' time.
It's disgusting, mate. 66 quid is a fucking joke for any club. But I don't know why they're so high. It's for the owners. They want more money, isn't it? So it's disgusting, mate. Honestly, for a dad who wants to take his son to football, to pay that kind of money is a joke, mate. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's just crazy, isn't it? How's a normal person supposed to afford that? It gets crazy. People are spending most of their money on a ticket. It makes no sense.
Have you heard about FC United and what are your thoughts on them?
I'm a member of FC United and I volunteer there every other week.
Glazers out protest stopped the game happening against Liverpool.
I mean, it probably needs something like that to happen again. I mean, I'm not condoning it in one sense, but you know, this type of protest, it's all very well and good, but it doesn't really hurt the Glazers in any shape or form. People are still going to the games, still buying merchandise in huge numbers. So the only currency they understand is hitting them in the pocket, and it's very hard for fans to walk away from going to games, and they know that, and that's the challenge for the United supporter, in my view. How do you affect the Glazers in the pocket without you ending up not going to games? And that's the difficulty, I think, in all of this.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just very impressed with the number of people who have turned out today, and I hope we finally get a message across.
I mean, any successful club will always have a certain amount of tourists, but ultimately United is a community. I mean, I'm coming from Dublin. Am I a tourist? I'm a season ticket holder. I come over maybe 15 times a season. So, depends how you define. Tourist is someone maybe comes over once a season, spends a fortune in the shop. There's a place for them as well, but ultimately United is a community-based club, and you've got to look after the people who live in Manchester, as well as the people who come over week in, week out. There's still a place for tourists, but they only should be not at the expense of your hardcore support, because they'll be there through thick and thin.
Yeah, Glazers out.
About, mate. You know, it's a peaceful protest. Well, it's our club. We want it back. Fuck the Glazers.
About ticket prices?
Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I'm joining in, mate, because I love the club. I'm Salford, born and bred. I'm red till I'm dead.
membership of FIFA and participate in football competitions. FIFA was all too quick to chuck Russia out of the game. We should be chucking Israel out of the game because Israel is committing a genocide. But actually, Israel is committing that in my name. All I know is race is gonna die. Come down! Come down! Don't play for Mexico. All I know is race is gonna die. You fucking cockney cunts! Fucking magic! He wears a magic hat! And when he saw he sang for Man United because we're fucking dynamite! Oh, we will fucking dead to me. No. Let's go do that. Stop. Then come on in, mate.
I'm just thinking to you, come on.
Get over there, mate. Get back there. Get over there, mate. Thanks. Get over there, mate. Can't do that. Just go over there. Thank you. Show me a pass. What are you doing? Show me a pass. I don't need to show you a pass. You can. You have to. You're on United premises. Show me a pass. Get off there.
What team do you support?
United.
United forever, honestly.
Obviously, a United fan, born and bred, but got to big up Stockport County. County.
City.
Man City.
Yeah, and have you always supported City? Have you grown up in Manchester?
Yeah. The New Mills in the High Peak, so reasonably close. Yeah.
My dad grew up on Main Road, so since day one, Man City supporter since birth.
And what do you think of the Glazers?
The what?
Glazers, the owners of the club.
Oh, not too keen.
And what do you think of the Glazers?
Honestly, it's a joke. The club is going down the drain because of the glazers. So, yeah.
Absolutely corrupt, mate. Corrupt.
Listen, obviously, I think the prize is a joke. 66 quid for a ticket is mad.
What's your opinion on United?
Well, they've got a lot of history, haven't they? But recently, a bit shit. Yeah.
They're going downhill at the moment, and I hope they stay down that hill. I hope they stay there.
Yeah, I do.
So, what's your opinion on the Glazers?
Well, they just don't give. Yeah, they just don't give any money, do they, to the football club? That's all my knowledge of it. But
I mean, for owners for Man United, they're not great. But obviously, as a City fan, I hope they stay. But they are pretty bad. I wouldn't wish it on anyone else.
Did you see during lockdown when the fans broke into the stadium and stopped the Liverpool game in protest of the Glazers? What's your opinion on them sort of protests where it's more destructive?
Listen, obviously, I like the fact they've done that, but I think some of the lads are still in prison for it, so it's not necessarily for the fans to do that. So I think what they should do is just a massive protest, or don't go to the games and just let the stadium be empty, and then I think that's what they should do. Don't stop the game though, because we don't want the good United fans to go in prison for it.
Obviously, I like the approach to it, but maybe they could have carried out a different way. Obviously, that's landed them in prison. I'm sure they had to pay big fines for it themselves. So it gave across a good message to get the Glazers out, but did it work? Clearly not. But I think with the Glazers, they've got all the stuff on social media that's been said about them. I think you have to take some action. So I think stuff like that probably is good. Get the message for United, and obviously they deserve. Well, they think they should deserve better owners. So stuff like that is probably good, getting the right message across. But I hope they stay. I think they should be kept peaceful.
It's just no point being destructive. Yeah. It just does nothing good.
If it kicks off, then there's no point in it actually happening. I would agree. I would say every Premier League team should have at least one from the youth development. I think it's good for them, and it's good to bring them through and get them the experience early. And I think Man United probably aren't doing it. Even if they are doing it a little bit, but they're probably not doing it as much as they should, or as they have done it in the past.
Obviously, they need to look at the wages of the players. Some of the players at the team, I don't think they're not good. They're not good enough for the amount of money they get paid. So they need to look at the wages and think about it. Like Casemiro, Eriksen, Lindelof, they don't deserve the money they get.
They've cut like key people in the club, like staff and other people who really need that job to support their family. But while they're paying Casemiro, what, 300k a week? And does he even play that much? Not really. It's questionable. It is questionable.
Premier League clubs should have some sort of fan ownership to them.
I think so. I think in the Bundesliga they do that very well. They have was it the 51-49 rule or something like that? Yeah, I think Bundesliga they do it well, and obviously their clubs they don't have any like protests against owners. So I think it is probably a good idea.
Anything else you just want to add?
I got one message for the United fans, and that is to back Amorim till the end. He's gonna bring the glory days back and just back this manager. Because last time we didn't back the manager, we wanted Ten Hag out, new manager, and still the same thing. So all I want is the fans to support the manager and stick with him till the end, and he'll bring the days back. United, 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 United.
I don't know.
I hope the Glazers stay. I hope they stay.
City are going to win the league next year, and Marmoush is going to win the Ballon d'Or next year. Yeah.
Thank you very much.